I believe a lot of these issues were not created overnight, and they're not going to be solved overnight, and they can't be all solved by the government. I believe in private and public partnerships.
Attorney Kesha Hodge Washington celebrated her double-digit victory over Councilman Carlos Garcia in their South Phoenix District 8. Garcia was the first council incumbent to lose a re-election bid in at least 20 years. Over in the Biltmore-Ahwatukee area's District 6, there he is, former Phoenix Police Commander Kevin Robinson trounced his opponent by 25 points. Both winners will take office as city council members on April 17th. Mayor Kate Gallego, also a winner. She endorsed Robinson and Hodge Washington. Both will replace Gallego opponents on the 9-member council. That should give the mayor a working majority as the council confronts challenges with public safety, housing, water, and much more. Joining us now is Councilwoman-elect Kesha Hodge Washington of Levine. Welcome to Square Off and congratulations.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Full disclosure, as many of our viewers already know, my wife is a City of Phoenix employee. So you're a political newcomer. You weren't that well known in the district, and just from my research, it seems your sorority, Delta Sigma Theta.
Correct.
Get that right. One of the oldest African-American sororities, played a key role in your political rise. How did they help?
They helped in many ways. I serve in a leadership role in the local chapter, as well as I've served on other committees. But my sorors did play an important role in helping me financially, helping me canvass to get my word out, and making introductions. Social action is one of the key components of our organization, and they saw the skills in me to make a noticeable difference in our community, and I'm grateful for their support.
So did they find you, or did you find them? Do you know what I mean? Were you inspired to run by something, or did they say, hey, you know what, you might be good at this?
Oh, no, I was inspired by something. It was not the organization asking me to run or anything. I saw a need in my community, and I saw this was the best way for me to use my skills and to make a change. And they jumped on board and have been 110% supportive.
So District 8 has the largest African-American population in the city. What does it mean to you to restore Black representation to the district and to the city council?
It's not lost on me that it has been historically referred to as an African-American seat. I am honored that I have been, and humbled that the community saw it in me to be the representative for our district. I totally am appreciative of the noteworthy moment that I'm in, but I'm also committed to representing the entirety of the district and all segments and all population.
Okay, let's talk about that, because now you're elected, you got to do the job.
Yes.
What do you believe, what idea do you have that you believe will solve a pressing problem and that might be put into place fairly quickly for the district?
Well, one of the first things I want to talk to city management when I get more information as I get closer, it's finding out where we stand on our housing plan, on the homeless plan, because that's one of our most compelling needs. I have some ideas, and they may not be as welcome by some, but I think we need to be intentional in how we approach our homeless population.
Give us one of those ideas for helping the homeless.
One of the ideas I have is designated encampment areas, people where we identify where the unsheltered can go. We allow them to camp there and put their things there, and they can also have services and a shower and certain things there for them.
So would that just be moving what we see at the downtown campus here into your district, or actually, or is that even part of your district?
That's not part of my district, but it would be moving it into, and it's not what we see at the zone or downtown, but in a more controlled and a more structured manner. And a little different is we don't see the services outside of the shelter. I want to see the services outside of the shelter.
We heard you speak in a soundbite at the top of the segment about solving problems with public-private partnerships.
Yes.
Are there specific partnerships you have in mind?
They are, but because they are not solidified, I don't want to share them.
What area might they be in?
They're both in the homeless and the housing insecurity, as well as in economic development.
So the current District 8 Councilman, Carlos Garcia, was an opponent of Mayor Gallego on many issues. You start as an ally of the mayor, and correct me if that's not correct, but you start as an ally. How do you think that'll help you meet the district's needs?
I think having, as most people realize, that one council member cannot accomplish anything in or by his or herself. You have to have 4 other council members that agree with you. And starting off with the mayor as one of my allies, I've already have one individual that I think I can possibly at least have a conversation. We won't agree on everything, but we respect each other enough to have the conversations.
You have a very different view of law enforcement's role and place from Councilman Garcia. You've said he put police reform first. What do you put first when it comes to law enforcement for your district?
I put the people, and the people of the district includes our law enforcement officers. So I'm not going to elevate one entity over another.
And what does that mean when it comes to actually enforcing the law, patrolling the streets, respecting the citizens, the residents, which has been a problem in the past?
So when it comes to respecting the residents, it's one, making sure I hear from them and understand what their needs are. One of the things that I heard throughout this campaign is individuals felt like they did not have, they weren't getting the right response from law enforcement. And it's about helping change that.
You were elected with the help of $128,000 in donations from real estate interest groups, realtors, apartment building owners, contractors, home builders. What do they want from you?
I don't know what they want from me, but I did not think it was a bad move. We are in a housing crisis to have a relationship with those key stakeholders that are responsible, or I'm sorry, that do the heavy lifting of actually helping increase our housing supply.
And they do have an agenda, obviously, like any interest group does. In their case, they think the city is too restrictive. When it comes to zoning, the permitting process too slow for new projects. Do you agree with that?
I will agree with them on the permitting process can be improved. So yes, we agree on that.
Let's talk about water. The city is proposing significant increases in water rates over the next 2 years, 13% in the 3rd year. What should the city be doing to help residents who might not be able to afford those increases because they're likely to continue into the future, well into the future, and you have many low-income people who are being stretched right now? What should the city do?
The city should ensure that those individuals, I believe water is important for everyone, and it should not be only available to those that have the financial resources. It's my understanding that the city, and I'll learn more as I get into my role, it's my understanding the city does have a program that allows for those lower income individuals to apply and receive a subsidy to ensure that their water needs are still met.
4 weeks from tomorrow, you will be Councilwoman Hodge Washington. You'll be sworn in. What are you doing for the next 4 weeks?
I'm still trying to work on my transition. I'm trying to prepare to get off to the best start that I can, and I'm spending a little time with my family while they're here in town.
Okay, get to enjoy that. Councilwoman-elect Kesha Hodge Washington, thanks very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much again for having me.